Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Anthony Richardson, week 4, back from injury, fired up for this one. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of this channel. Not only is it a great way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So all sorts of deep, nuanced dives over there, really trying to create the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room, jokes and all. So hop over there, join, become a member. Link is in the video description. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Anthony Richardson versus the Rams. Tough L, but man, Anthony Richardson is electric. And they are running him out the gate. A bunch of different runs. I put this one on here. To me, this is zone read lead or zone read escort. Reading that C-gap player, and we can see 5 accelerate. Dude can get downhill. Now, certainly needs to hold on to the ball. We'll talk about that later. But I love what they were doing in the quarterback run game. Horizontal motion. Just look at the action. So you get the fly action, and then you get the split flow action from the sniffer, who's the lead blocker on zone read. So you got everybody blocked out there. Put a move on the safety. That's a big chunk. Coming back from a concussion, and we're going to work right out the gate. There's no kind of easing back into this thing. We are going. So motion here, horizontal stretch. We're going to get the split flow action from the sniffer, who's coming across and bluffing, and then being the lead blocker if the quarterback pulls it. The conflict defender right here. This is who we're reading. So if he comes up and we think he can tackle the back, then we're going to pull this thing and get downhill with that escort or lead blocker from the sniffer. So great design here in the quarterback run game. I love how comprehensive it was for Indy, and they were not holding back. They were running right out the gate, coming back from what injury? Love it. Next one here, another quarterback run. Love some bash GT, especially when you get the big guy, Q Money, coming downhill on the edge player. Oh, Nelly. Now, obviously have to hold on to the ball. So that's the part, whenever you come back from an injury or really anytime early in a game, to be able to hold on to that thing through collisions, because it's different when you're running between the tackles here. I love the fact, though, of how comprehensive and robust the run game is, the quarterback run game is for Indy. You can see the bash element of it here. We're going to read the C-gap player at the bottom. If he can tackle the quarterback, or if he can't tackle the back, I should say, we give it to the back. And then it's just sweep left down here to the bottom. Everything else is GT, which is a gap schemed run. Really nice job. Again, they're interweaving zone and gap scheme in their quarterback run game. So concept-wise, when you hear someone say bash, that means back away. So the back is going away from the run. Here is our conflict defender. So that's who we're reading. Can he tackle the back? If he's going to tackle the back, then we are going to pull it playing quarterback. Shuffle, shuffle, usually 2 shuffles, and then we're getting downhill. Okay, there's a few different ways to block this on the front side, but the easiest way to understand it is everyone is gap down. Okay, so we're going to be gap down, and then if there's no one in your gap, then you're going to go to the near backer. So you've got opportunity for double teams. So for my money here, we get a tray coming back here. We've got someone gap down. We're going to try to go take over the 3 or the 4 eye there from the center. That's a tough block. And then we're going to get a kick from the big man. And then we're going to get a wrap lead through right here. And you just follow that wrapper. Come right off the double team, hopefully, if you run the GT element of it. This is just a hell of a design. This is a big play everywhere nowadays. You don't see a whole lot of quarterbacks doing it in the league, especially between the 20s. You know, for my money there, I would love the tight end to get a tray and get your left shoulder into that guy's ribs and come off to the backer. But that's a thing of beauty. We're getting up. We're wrapping up onto the safety. We just got to hold on to the ball. Next one here, 3rd and 9. This is a big boy throw to the slot, number 2 up top on a deep out. Now, it's not completed, and it's not a perfect throw. It's a tick high, but it doesn't take away from the impressiveness of it. I think he could get lined up to his left to be a little bit more consistent with his ball control. But I mean, you be the judge. You know, can 11 catch that? I guess it's off the top of his fingertips. It looks like he's barely jumping. He's got like a weird timing thing for me on all of his jumps. But this is an impressive throw. All it is here, it's 3rd and 9. There's not a lot of great plays for 3rd and 9. So to come out here and rip this thing as a guy coming back from injury, rookie, week 4, with, to me, this is anticipation. Now, I think he could get lined up with his back foot a little bit easier to where he wants to throw this thing and just make life easier. It's not that it's impossible to do it like he's doing it, but I just think it could be more consistent, more cleaned up at the top. So see how his feet to me are down the hash? He eventually gets there. So that is where you want to be at the top of the drop. So get there, and then look at the anticipation. He's letting it go right there. Y'all, this is 3rd start. He hasn't made it through a game yet. That's a dot. Catch the ball 11. Help us out, Di. You got to jump, time that thing. This to me is a good enough throw. And again, the pull, normally getting pulled kind of stinks on film, but right here it's great for the feet. You can see he's all aligned right down the pole, right down the hash. His shoulders are to his target, but he's got to bring his feet over there. And then that thing just comes out high. But I mean, you know what's not a bad look is the arm strength, the arm talent. This thing whips out of there. Boom. Oh, Lord. This next one is amazing. I love this throw so much to the slot to the bottom. We're going to catch a half field safety down here to the bottom. We're going to put 2 verticals on him, read it inside out, and just throw an absolute seed. The ball placement, the rhythm, the whip, the accuracy. 1, 2, 3. Whoop. I mean, just the velocity of this thing. Zoom. That thing catches him. That's an absolute seed. That is a world-class throw at the highest levels. So what is this play? This is just an iteration of 4 verticals down here to the bottom. So we're going to run the seam. We're going to run the best release, probably outside go down here to the bottom. And really, that's just a way to put a 2-on-1 on this half-field safety. So the fact that there's underneath guys running with him, it really doesn't matter when you can throw it like this. Now, the one thing I will say, this is a great throw. If you want to do this throw all the time or more consistently, for me, at the top of the drop, just don't bring your feet together. You don't have to. It can be polished enough. And really, if you just watch the guy on the other sideline play, he does it as well as anybody. Keep that base perfect. Boom. You can see him bring his keels together right there. Again, it's not a disqualifier. It's not a barrier to entry. It just makes things harder than they have to be. But that is an unreal throw. That is a fastball painted exactly where you want. Big chunk, great rhythm to it, and just world-class arm talent. Awesome. Next one here, touchdown pass. Really nice job from Anthony Richardson here extending this thing. He feels like he's got to go. Sees that over or basic continue to run. Nice job getting into the end zone there with the finish as well. But this is a great job from Anthony Richardson, not giving up on the play. Now, you can make the argument maybe you want to hit the tight end right out the break. I think that's fair. If you think that 53, the backer type, is in your lane, maybe you wait for the second window. You feel it close in on you. That's pretty sweet. I mean, look at the throw. It's almost like that, horizontal jump throw. Put it right on him. So nice. Catch it twice. And then that's great finish there at the end. So again, I'm not going to pretend to tell you I know what the read is here. It looks like it's there early to me. And what I mean by that is, if we're reading this thing, let's just assume by the timing of this thing that we would be reading this thing kind of 1 and then 2 where it ends up going. If you feel that this backer type who's in the way here, you can't get it up and over, and that's fair. I think some guys would say, hey, just touch it up, put it up on the top shelf for him. But if you don't like it and you don't feel like you have the time to wait for first window, second window, well, then you got to go. And if I love the time clock to be able to say, hey, I'm not going to hold on to this thing. We got to go. See guys get strip sacked all the time for holding on to it. Go, and then make a play out of structure like this that leads to a touchdown. It's pretty awesome. It's awesome for anybody, let alone a rookie in start 3 coming back from an injury. So you can see here, could you rip it on the in right out the break? Maybe, but it looks like he's looking right with his helmet stripe. So he's not looking there. He's not ready. He comes back to the in. He thinks that backer's in the way. Got to go extend. And then we've got the creativity. It looks like he trips too, actually, on his own guy, 72. Trips, stumbling, dot. Woo-hoo! Let's go. Next one here, 2-point play right after. Just a casual, nothing there. Got to get off the landmark. Not going down by one of the best players ever in the NFL. Can't get you down. Just go create. It's got to be frustrating for big 9-9 right here because he wins off the right guard. But Anthony Richardson, so big, so strong, so athletic. He's able to see it, find the back for the 2-point conversion. Pretty sweet. Now, maybe if he has time, he hits 11, the number 2 up top on the back line, kind of in structure. Like probably the flat down here is number 1, then the stick. Trying to get that little rub. They do a nice job passing it off down here to the bottom. So come over to the over and throw that thing like high back 5. So again, just concept-wise here, it would be flat 1. Then you get this little rub stick here. If that's not there, then you throw this thing high back 5, top of the logo, your guy or no one. But again, he can't do that. The time clock is not there. He's got to go right guard L. Can't bring him down. Too big, too strong, and he's got the vision. I mean, that's the thing, right? He takes a big shot here. Look at that flick. Pretty awesome. I love it. And again, I love the playmaking ability so that if it's not there, the play's not a dumpster fire. He's able to go create, make this out of nothing. Great vision. Let's go. Next one here, a little naked keeper to the bottom right. We're going to end up throwing the corner to what I'm going to call the new number 1. He actually releases with an insert to the back pylon. I think this is a hell of a back shoulder throw, and I actually think it probably should be a penalty. My first instinct is to come at 11, but I won't. I actually think he gets hit in the face mask here, although originally I thought his timing of the jump was funky. You can see here, for my money, 44, the defender right there, that's hands to the face. Like, that's got to be a penalty. And the ball should be at the 1. It's not my opinion. It's video evidence, 100% hands to face. Okay, so that makes the jump look funky. But the audacity of this throw, look at the throw. Now, I don't know if he has to do a back shoulder throw to do it, but I love giving your guy a chance to make a play there. I think he sees it a little late, if I'm being honest, but it's definitely a penalty. So as he, I don't necessarily love how they're sorting this thing out on the edge. That just meaning that we're going out here and then he's inserting up inside to then go run because he wins, but you can't really see it. It kind of happens in a blind spot so that it feels like Anthony Richardson's a tick late here and almost ends up throwing like a deep back shoulder. You see a lot of back shoulder corners in the red zone. You don't see a lot of back shoulders from the 31 on a corner. So just the audacity of the throw is pretty wild. But, if he sees him right here, he just lays that thing out to the corner. It's an easy touchdown. But he sees it, 8 steps later and has to throw a laser back shoulder. So just the timing of it is funky with the design. If we're going to, and I'm definitely love a lot of the design stuff that Indy's doing, but this corner, I just think it unnecessarily muddies it. So he can't find it quick enough. He sees it eventually. And the throw, in my opinion, is good enough. And it should be a penalty. It absolutely should. But it potentially could have been easier if we would have sorted out that front side. But this throw, look at that throw. Let's go back to right when he releases it. So just the decision to say, what am I going to do? I'm going to throw it right now. And I'm going to throw a back shoulder. And again, 44's got his back turn. So he's only covering the width of his shoulders. Now, that goes with the assumption that he can't grab you in the face mask because he's also covering your eyes when he does that. That's tough. This was a tough one for me. 3rd and 6. It looks like Anthony Richardson is working up top, and he looks like he's trying to get it to the number 1 on the shallow. You would love for him to kind of trust it a little bit more in the pocket and hang on that front side as opposed to moving to trouble. It almost looks like he's going to take off and go get it himself, and then he sees kind of the number 2 pop open. So that's a lot of words for me to say. It looks like he's trying to go here. They do a good job of covering that with multiple guys. So 2 people come down, and then the number 2 pops open. I think of Indy running that, some iteration of that for about 3 decades. And normally you read that thing low to high. So it would be something where you'd be like 1 to 2. And for my money here, if he just hung in the pocket as opposed to, move, run to trouble, this is an easy throw. They drop it. And again, this is a little bit of clicker marker quarterbacking because I'm not back there feeling the time clock of it, but just play it out up top. So instead of moving to trouble, trust it, see what the defense does, and throw it. I mean, it's probably got a chance to score. You know, these are the ones you just got to learn from the film and say, hey, I'm just going to trust it, hang in the pocket, trust my guys, and it will work out. Good things will happen, as opposed to I see a big hole, I'm just going to run, like right there. Like there's no reason to go one run here for me. So just hang in the pocket. Again, the footwork for me, when he goes, click, click, toesy, click, toesy. Bad things happen, y'all. Bad things happen. It was there. We just missed it. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me, so thank you for doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member. We also have Quarterback School courses. Now, these courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep, deep dives on my favorite football topics: RPOs, tempos, pass protection. The best-selling course is How to Beat Every Coverage. We even have an entire offensive system available for you over there. Enroll. The link is in the video description. Check them all out. We also have a bunch of free resources available. Check those out in the video description as well. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. Very next play here, 4th and 6. We're going to work up top again, this time to the number 2 on a little like rolled flat. I don't love the route per se, but I think Anthony Richardson doesn't help himself at the top of this. Now, the left tackle is taking an L. We've got color flash right in our face. It also hits 83 in the hands. But, there are a few things here. So one is just, what is the throw? The throw is this like rolled flat for me. Not my favorite thing. I think normally you would see teams do, if they're going to run like a corner or a deep out here, you'd run some iteration of like a choice here. So come off and like give us options at the top is a little bit better than, to me, what I would consider like a high school rolled flat. It's just not, it's easy to cover. Okay, so that's the first thing. The other thing is that we're not lined up again to our left. Now, again, super easy for me to say that when I don't have Aaron Donald running at me. Okay, that's an issue, but it's also an excuse. He can get lined up. He can make a flat throw. It's one of those things where, you watch this film, you got to learn, hey, I keep missing these same type of throws, and I think I could help myself by at the top, instead of having my feet lined up straight down the hash, to be lined up to my first read a little quicker. And so instead of having to do that movement, you're already there and can put it on him. I think of a guy who is really good at this type of stuff is like Purdy, lined up, no wasted movement, really consistent with these types of throws. And that's a throw he can make and should make. And, okay, give me a better route than a rolled flat. Okay, I think it's fair that it can be both. You can just see the moving parts. See how many moving parts there are for his lower half here? Boom. I mean, he's certainly got the twitch to do it, but it's unnecessarily difficult in my opinion. Next one here, 2nd and forever, 4 verticals versus middle field closed, man free. And this is a ridiculous pocket movement throw. Now, it's a little bit of give our guy a chance. He's down there somewhere. But this pocket movement, whoop. And like a jump throw after 99 does our left tackle dirty again. So pocket movement, 2 hands on the ball, jump throw, get the out of here. That's ridiculous. That is awesome. World class here from the pocket. Boom. Trusting it, moving, tight like phone booth. Look at the throw. I mean, where do you want him to throw it, y'all? I mean, welcome to the NFL. Actually, it kind of looks like Florida, if I'm being honest. Shots fired. That's a hell of a catch, though. Hell of a catch. Love giving your guy a chance. No foul balls in those situations. This is unbelievable pocket movement, athleticism, torque. I mean, this is special. 2 hands on it. Dip and rip. Jump throw. Dot. Holy shit. Next one. Let's run it back. 4 verticals again. The hell with it. This time we catch split field coverage. Nothing there. Anthony Richardson, proven that he can do this consistently. Get outside the pocket. Find somebody open. They're working with him. Scramble drill. Nice job finding some space from 11. If anything here, I would say when you see this type of coverage shell, air quotes, for all you casuals, just get it to the back. It's this back. Like it can be that kind of thing as opposed to, I'm going to try to rip it every time. Nothing. I think if you're playing quarterback and you see this type of what I would say, whatever this is, split field coverage, quarters-ish, palms-ish, red 2-ish down here, just get it to the back. In fact, I used to get to the point where I would just whisper to the back, yo, get out right now. Go. No checky, go. And it ends up being a glorified screen. Regardless, though, Anthony Richardson can make plays. It's not there. Dynamic. Go out there, be a threat to run, rip it right up on him. First down inside the 5. Let's go. Next one here, 3rd and 1, touchdown run. I'm pretty sure this is the exact same play, design, shift that they used in week 1 to score on the exact same play, just to the left. This is, to me, a PRO Q counter. They end up throwing it to the flat. I mean, just the celebration was impressive, wasn't it? Holy moly. We're going to shift. Watch the adjustment to motion. So they go. Someone goes with him. You widen out. Okay, that takes a run defender out. Then we're going to run 85 to the flat. That's going to take 4 out. Then we're just going to run counter. So can we throw it to 85? No, run. And then the run is just counter. Already gone over it in this play. It's the same rules as GT. So the front side to the right is gap down backer. Left guard go. Fullback is the wrapper. So big Q on the kick out. I mean, that is awesome. Let's go. What a great play. I loved it. This is the play that I absolutely think a number of teams in the league should use. Off the top of my head, Bears, Bills, Ravens. I mean, anybody who thinks they've got a dude who can lower their shoulder at the goal line and run it. It's an awesome play. I'll draw it up one time because, again, it comes back later and I think they throw it to the flat. But the whole production is awesome. So it starts with the crazy shift, right? We got all sorts of people moving. We end up being in some crazy iteration of 3x2. Okay. Then we're going to motion. Okay. Again, the motion is important because it widens a defender. So he's now out of the run fit. Okay. Then we're going to go to the flat right here. So let me clear this off. Then the actual play is flat, 1. If that's not there, then we are going to run counter. All counter is everyone is down. One of the best guards in the world is coming across to kick out. And then the tight end sniffer type is wrapping up through. And you just follow that guy. So you sit here, take a quick drop. Can I throw it to the flat? If no, I'm right there. I mean, that's awesome. How do you watch this and not steal this? That's what I want to know. I really, it doesn't make sense to me. If you don't steal this, I almost think like you have no friends because you either didn't watch it or none of your friends said, hey, put this in. This is stealing. Must do this. Love it. Love. Next one here, you guessed it, 4 verts again. Somebody just went to like the 4 verts clinic. Love it. Little quarterback school logo for the casuals. It's not there. Back can't get out. That we can't handle the stunt on the left. So we get beat on the left side. It happens, even to the best. Get out. No panic. Look at that. I love it. On the side, he pops up. Anthony Richardson's telling him to get up as well. It's just 4 verticals versus split field coverage. So you catch this shell. We already talked about it. You should immediately be thinking in 4 verticals. Either I have a 2-on-1 that I love somewhere with a half field safety, or I'm getting it to the back. For me, the back is too slow to go. And it's one thing if he's too slow to go because he's trying to anchor on 99. I get that. I don't think he should be like free releasing versus the Rams. But I'm thinking back. So we take an L on the left side. We got to go. Again, playmaker outside the pocket, making it look easy, for being such a big, twitchy, athletic cat, to be able to have this kind of flick. Like, I love it right there. I mean, just look at the torque. Whoop. Almost drops it down a little bit. Got to get it around long hair. Boom. What a play. Let's go. I mean, at this point, you should know what's coming. 4 verticals. This time is versus quarter, half, though. So pick the half side, work the 2-on-1, rip the seam. Outstanding. Perfect read. Nice throw. Great rhythm. So much to like here. So you read the coverage perfectly. We're lined up to the left. Great rhythm. Hit your back foot. Put it right on him. This is outstanding. So we've talked about this shell. Okay? Anytime you get what I'm calling 4 verticals, any iteration of this versus split field coverage, I'm thinking, oh man, I'm probably going to check this thing down. Now, if it's quarters, that's one thing. Okay, so we get quarters up here. So that's the quarter part. Down here, this is a half field safety, a cloud rolled up corner. So now we can go inside out, 1 to 2. And again, it's not the end of the world to throw a check down on this type of look, but you can see here, if you catch quarter, half, get the half, work the half side, work it inside out, and here's the timing of it. Beautiful base. I mean, look at the base, y'all. No heel click. Boom. Great rhythm off that back foot, all his cleats in the ground, ripping it. Absolute whip-like. Just an absolute thing of beauty, man. I love it. That's a beautiful. Right on him, big chunk, let's go. Next one here, 3rd and 4, get meshy. This is a tough one for me. The first thing I want to notice is, to me, this is a bit of a drop. It's also not necessarily the greatest decision in my opinion. It's also got some funky footwork, but he overcomes all that to put it on the guy's face. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. So let me make sure I kind of make sense of what the hell this is. He is taking what I consider like the alert or the option up here. It's 3rd and 4. So if you like this, you like the matchup, you like the look, you can throw it. If you don't like that, it's like mesh railroad. So there's the rail. Here comes the under part of it. Got somebody going over the top, and we've got somebody in the hook. Okay, everyone knows how to play this mesh rail over here. My thing about these kind of option type looks is these have to be layups for me. Like can't miss finger roll layups. As soon as this defender buzzes to the flat at all to impact this throw, I don't want to throw that ball. So I don't love the decision. And again, the thing that really stinks is anytime you don't love the decision like this, you come back and play the actual progression that you want, and you see usually someone wide ass open for an easy first down on the mesh under part of it. So if you read the mesh, it's usually 1 to 2, and this 2 would be an easy first down. Of course it is. Thank you, clicker, after the fact guy. So just read that flat defender. See the flat defender get width? Like he puts his hands on his back. That's a hard throw. Like that's not a layup. He can make the throw, and he shows that he did, and to me that's a drop. It's not an easy catch. But as soon as it's muddy at all, just come off of it. And again, you can see his feet get a little weird too, because he kind of takes like an extra reset, like it's not clean. Nothing about that is easy. So just come off of it, back to the mesh. And you can see here, the mesh, the number 2 up top, literally number 1, is going to be an easy first down. That's a shame. Bummer. Just ones you learn from as far as how these things are played. What is open? What can I do? What can I get away with? What do I have to do? Next one here, 4th and 4. This time we're going to get out of structure. We're going to come off to our left down here to the bottom. We're going to find the number 3 on the continuation of that kind of basic cross again. And it's just another nice play. You can see the DB's getting frustrated. Can't keep him in the pocket. Too athletic. Go. Great job using his vision. Again, really impressive how he's able to quickly turn and flip and whip these throws. So the number 3 up top, just working that cross all the way across. It's not there. He doesn't bail to run. He's bailing to look downfield. His eyes are downfield, quickly flips his hips and throws a seed. That's a strike, man. The effortlessness of how he lets these balls go. How easy of a flick he makes this look. I mean, it's on a string. It's on a string. It's over 20 yards. He has to flip his hips to the left. It's perfectly thrown right up on his face. That is an awesome play. Next one here, 3rd and 5. My favorite play in the league right now. You guessed it. Crazy shift, motion, PRO, flat to 85, touchdown. Let's go. If it's not there, the Q counter is going to be the run. Again, just a thing of beauty. I've already gone on my spiel about this play, but this play needs to be everywhere in the league this weekend. Great job from Anthony Richardson playing it out. They dropped the flat, put it on him, touchdown. Let's go. Just too easy. 1 to 2, simple, clean looks, using shifts, motions, formation effing people, running the same play multiple times. What an idea. Works both times. Let's go. Again, I just love how easy yet complicated this is. It appears super complex to the defense. We got shifts, motions. We're throwing it flat. Okay, it's not hard. We'll throw a flat for a touchdown. Yes, please. Last one here, 3rd and 10. Scores tied, 4th quarter. We're going to throw what I'm going to call like a 7-up down here to the bottom slot, back shoulder. Yeah, I actually don't think it's a terrible throw. It's not a perfect throw. It's a little low. But I've got some questions here as far as who's who in the zoo. Now, I'm not a personnel guru in the Colts front office, but I feel like we got better guys than 83 to be the guy doing the double move down the field like this, especially when 11 is blocking. I know I can come at people sideways sometimes on the film just because I don't necessarily love the effort or whatever, but this check down on 3rd and 10 for 11 versus 83 running the double move, back shoulder that we're throwing it to, that ain't it, bro. That ain't it. Switch them. It's not that hard. Got to have your best people getting the ball in the most crucial situations, and it is what it is. Some teams don't have a whole lot of best people, but this is unnecessarily difficult on yourself with the personnel. And the throw is still pretty sweet. I mean, a little out and up, 7-up, corner, up, back shoulder. I mean, the dude is not afraid to spin it. Anthony Richardson has got some gunslinger and puts it damn near right on him. And that's a nice play from the defender. I mean, if the ball is probably up on his head or above his head, it's probably an easier catch on those back shoulders. 37 kind of left arms into it there. Man, that's a hell of a game, though. Wow. So that is a wrap. Anthony Richardson, the Colts. Tough L, but man, Anthony Richardson, y'all, is dynamic. Playmaker on every single level, whether he's running it, whether he's creating, whether he's in structure, out of structure, ripping the ball down the field. Now, are they going to be able to call 4 verticals this match? Who knows? But I love, and I mean capital L-O-V-E, barely got there, the quarterback run game that they are using. They are incorporating all different elements, zone concepts, gap concepts, inside, outside. You layer that into the play action world, the vertical threats down the field, his aggressiveness, Anthony Richardson's kind of twitch, change of direction, athleticism, and arm talent. Y'all, this offense is so much fun right now. Fired up to see more. Thank you. Thank goodness that he's staying healthy through this as well. Good to see him finish a game. It's just about finding that right combination for what it will be moving forward, because what he can do is special already. So just kind of funneling that into more wins and how they want to play and keep him healthy is going to be kind of the secret sauce for me. But my goodness, am I excited to see more. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.